Hi everyone, I hope you're CHILIZ CHZ. Just going to dive into CHILIZ right now. Once again, thank you for the continued support here across the channel. Everything you do, the contributions toward the growth of CHILIZ CHZ here. It's great, it's good. Thank you very much. So diving in, as you can see, CHILIZ is holding support really well, and it's also running to resistance really well. Unfortunately, you do want to see it break this level of resistance just here and march on through, because what it's doing now, you can see what it's doing. It's basically coming back down, okay, and as long as we hold this key level of support and we don't lose that, then obviously, you know, you won't carry it out that larger correction of that head and shoulders pattern that we've got going on here. Okay, so this sort of thing there, your left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder is getting a little bit elongated at the moment. So the longer it does kind of do that, the more it runs out of steam basically, and the more this pattern can actually become invalidated, because obviously you know that you need to take out that high there. We've already explained that to you. Take out that high to invalidate this pattern. So right now everything is looking relatively healthy, to be honest with you, because what we're forming right now, and there's always patterns within patterns, so I'm just going to tidy that up, because what you've got here, right, is a left shoulder, a head, and potentially if CHILIZ does this and goes on and retests that, you start forming an inverse head and shoulders. It's the opposite of this. It's a reversal pattern to the upside. And again, just like we were targeting this WW bottom, it's the exact same target. Okay, so once the neckline of that particular inverse head and shoulders is broken, you have a breakout target, and it's roughly something like that. Okay, so if you was to start seeing CHILIZ come back up and break this key level of resistance right now, you would see CHILIZ pump to this particular level there, and that level there, I'll mark that in for you, that is at 70 cents. And once it gets to that, you would definitely need it to see it march on and take out this high, okay, because that would be really confidence of the fact that you're getting this reversal and you start to make higher highs and higher lows. Do you see this? Because at the moment you are golden. You've come down, you've made a low, and you've made a lower low, but you are now, right now, making these high lows. Do you see that? And you're still conforming to this upper trend line that we've got going on. So you're still looking good. It's still looking relatively healthy. I know it's flat, I know it's boring, but your level of support has moved up from this previous base of support that we found after this consolidation range. So I want to assure you that so far so good for continuation until we stop falling out of these particular levels, rolling over and losing this key level of support that's formed the base of this trend line that we now found ourselves in for CHILIZ. It's all golden for a recovery and a march on towards that all-time high. But this is crypto. Unfortunately, it gets really drab, really boring, really sideways, and consolidation. It's flat, it's boring. It can go through months of this in bear markets, in bull markets. It's just how it goes, I'm afraid. The volatility sort of leaves the market, unfortunately, and you'll see a shift, a transition from sort of, you know, to Ethereum, to blue chips, to low caps, to mid caps, to Bitcoin, and it's like you're left standing in the cold, so to speak, if you're in a particular project, and it gets frustrating, it gets annoying, and then that's where you start to see people sort of leaving, selling off, and the whales just accumulating those tokens and those crypto projects that they want to accumulate. It's a manipulation game basically. So all I'm doing is giving you a level of reassurance that so far CHILIZ is looking healthy, providing it doesn't lose these key levels of support, and that's the key level of support at the moment is 047, because if it does start to come down and lose that particular level, then you would be validating this head and shoulders pattern, and obviously you've got that larger breakdown target which we've gone through in yesterday's video. That is a very large sell-off indeed. So something like that down to the neckline, that's like a 30-40% correction. If it was to start and lose that particular level there of support, you would see CHILIZ potentially come down to roughly 28 cents, and that would be a very large correction. This is why this is critical, you know. This is why I make these videos, to keep you aware of the fallbacks. If you do start seeing it fall below that particular level of support, then do obviously think about your position, because at the minute it's golden for a recovery, and it's like hit or miss. It can either go down, or can go up, and that's the way it is, I'm afraid. But right now the bias towards the pattern that's in play obviously is this reversal that we've got going on, okay? But we do need to see ourselves invalidate this head and shoulders, because this is a bearish biased pattern. It's a reversal pattern. So once again, you've got this left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. If CHILIZ can go on now and test this resistance at 057, get through it back to support, you're looking at a lovely little pump there for CHILIZ of around 22%, bringing it back up in, and attacking that high there, and obviously getting a bit more confidence and supporting the market there for CHILIZ, and then sort of marching on like this, and obviously adhering to this upper trend line that it's got going on, which would see you creep up and back, and potentially get to these all-time highs there for CHILIZ. So that's basically CHILIZ. Just a quick little update to let you know that you need to see yourself take on that particular level of resistance, get through it, back to support, and you're looking at a nice little trade there for CHILIZ. Failing that, if you start to see yourself coming down and losing this 047, then do target that inverse head and shoulders pattern there, and that larger correction on the grand scheme of things. That's CHILIZ. Do take care, everyone. Bye bye.